Hey everybody, welcome to another comic book review. In this video, I'll be talking about Road to Perdition by Max Allan Collins and Richard Piers Rayner. This book is one of my all-time favorite, personal favorite comics. I have read this book more times than I can count. This was one of the ones that really got me into comics back in early high school, late junior high era. And I loved it when I first read it. I think I read it over the course of a couple hours the first time I read it. And since then, I've read it over and over again. This might be like the eighth or ninth time I've read this book, but I knew that I really wanted to cover it, especially since at the time of recording this video, it's kind of snowy out. It's like midwinter time, and this, in my opinion, is a perfect winter story. So it's set during Prohibition era, kind of like the Great Depression, that sort of era. And it's set in the Tri-Cities. So basically, it follows this guy, Michael O'Sullivan. He's an Irish gangster, and he is in partnership with the Looney crime family, so John Looney and his son, Connor. Now, Connor is a total hothead. He's, everybody calls him Crazy Connor. And he's a hothead who shoots first, asks questions later, and that, more often than not, gets him into a lot of trouble. So Michael O'Sullivan's son, who is also named Michael, tags along with his father on one of his operations, but his father does not know. And so when Michael Jr. witnesses a gangland killing that was started by Connor, but he witnesses both Connor and his father kill a bunch of people. And Connor sees that there's a witness. Connor sees Michael Jr. witnessing this whole event. And, it starts off where Connor's like, okay, as long as he's not going to squeal, then we'll let it go. Now, of course, that doesn't happen. Some things are set in motion where they're trying to kill Michael Sr. and also Michael Jr., but instead, Connor goes to Michael Sr.'s house and kills his wife and his other son, Peter. Michael Jr. and Sr. were not there at the scene whenever Connor showed up and killed the rest of their family. But now the two of them know that they have to go away from their house. It's no longer their home anymore. And Michael Sr. wants revenge on Connor, his family's killer. And from there on, it's this great gangster story that has... It's very simple. It's like a classic revenge story set against the backdrop of Depression era America, and you get some cool appearances by actual historical figures such as Elliot Ness and Al Capone and Frank Nitti. And it's so cool, just the way it's set up. And another thing that I love about this book is just the presentation of it. It's not a big book. It's, about the size of like a paperback novel that you would find at a grocery store or something. But it's done in a very old school way. And that's what I love about it. Because of the actual size of the book, I think the maximum number of panels that they have per page is 4. So they usually have anywhere from 1 to 4 panels per page. And just because of that, it's a very quick read. And also the dialogue is very simple, but it's just a cut and dry gangster story with some really great father-son elements as well. Because the whole time, whenever Michael Jr. and Michael Sr. are on the road, um, you know, Michael Jr. is learning about, how to drive, and he's getting driving lessons from his father. And, he kind of becomes his father's getaway driver. And the other thing is, like, his father is a very religious man. And so anytime after he kills somebody, they always stop at a church. And Michael Sr. lights one candle for every person that he kills. So that kind of leaves like a trail for the people that are after him, whether it's uh, the police or rival gangs. So he's kind of like marking his path in a way. But I don't know, just the whole setup of the story. It's very old school, and just great entertainment if you're looking for like a cool like story that's set in a very historic era in America. Has some great action scenes, really tough dialogue, and honestly, like, the more I read it, it's just a great read. And it's one that it's kind of like a comfort read for me, as weird as that might sound. Because it does get pretty violent at times, but it is kind of a book that I always keep coming back to, especially in the wintertime. That's another thing I love about the book, is like everything is always like just very snowy and just dirty looking, and like there's all this like gravel and snow and water on the roads and everything, and it's just the whole atmosphere of the book, visually speaking, is amazing. I love the art here by Richard Piers Rayner. It's great stuff. And actually, I do think that this is one of those books that I think is just as good, if not better, than its movie adaptation. Sometimes I'm kind of the opposite from a lot of people, where like a lot of times I do think the movie is better than the book in some regards, but this is one where I think the book is just as good as the movie, if not even better. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Road to Perdition, one of my favorite graphic novels. Definitely check this one out if you're into like history or gangster stories or father-son stories. It's really pretty great. And it's one that I'll always keep coming back to every now and then. It's one that just always kind of has held up for me as time goes on. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Road to Perdition. Thank you as always for watching. Look forward to more videos in the future, and have a great day.